Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I am a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out my video today. This is a yarn and crochet channel where we talk about all things yarn and all things crochet, so if that interests you, please stick around and watch my video because I have all the things to show and tell today. So today's video is separated into three parts. Part one is going to be an update to my Advent/countdown box. I purchased this box from It's Raining Yarn, and I'll give you some updates and all the things in a minute with that. Secondly, I want to go through my Premier Yarn haul. So like everybody else, we all went shopping on Black Friday. Well, most of us did. I was no exception. I went ahead and placed 2 orders over at Premier Yarns. They had an amazing sale. I wanted to take advantage of it, but I challenged myself because I wanted to purchase yarns that I've never worked with before. So in light of that sale, I was very selective on what it is that I purchased, and you're going to be surprised that there are some yarns in this box that many people work with all the time, but I have never had the opportunity to work with. So I'm going to give you guys first impressions of just about everything that's in this box, and just to show you how big this box is. It's pretty big, okay? There's a lot in here that I haven't worked with before, and I'm super excited to show you guys and give you first impressions, and we're going to talk about it and all the things. The third part of the video is going to be a discussion. I've been wanting to do this for some time. Have you ever went to the store or ordered yarn that you thought was going to be amazing? You get it, you work with it, and you're disappointed. It wasn't what you expected. So, case in point, I have some yarns here that I went and purchased because I thought they were going to be amazing. It turns out they're not so great. So I want to show you those yarns, and I want to show you my experience with them, and I want to go through all the things. So those are the three main parts, and then obviously at the end I'll just give you some final thoughts, and I have a show and tell item that I want to share with you guys. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to put the camera on tutorial mode and just go through this Advent section with you guys. I have viewers that really don't care for the crinkling, so I went ahead and took all of the cellophane out of the bags. I left the tissue paper intact so that we can have the surprise together. However, I did choose 3 gifts out of the box that I did not open the cellophane for, because I felt like if I opened the cellophane, then I would kind of know what is inside. I don't know. So what I'll probably do is pause the video long enough for me to take it all out, and then I'll press play, and then we'll go through the things, okay? So let me just jump right into it. I will see you in 1 second. Okay, guys, so here we are. We have these 9, 10, 11, and 12 here, okay? So like I mentioned, I took everything out just to minimize the crinkling. Let's go ahead and start with day 9. Ooh. Okay, love that. So this one here is like a lavender color, and it's got some brown, tan, interesting combination, and it's got some stripes of white in there. Very nice. I like that, guys. And this one here, we have some sky blue, we have some olive, some burgundy colors in there. Interesting combination of colors. I really like that. Okay, so that was day 9. So let's go ahead and do day 10. Ooh. Okay, so I really like this color too. It's giving me like citrus, watermelon. It's got that blush color. The pink isn't really so, I guess, present, if that makes any sense. It goes well with the orange colors here. I really like that. Okay. This one here, I mean, it's quite obvious. If you guys don't know this about me, I don't really care for the color pink. However, as of late, I've been working with it. in silent protest. I've been doing my best. I am being a good sport about it. So, in any case, there's some stripes of pink in there. We have white, aubergine. It's very, very nice. Oh, there's even a speck of blue in there. Unexpected. I like that. Okay, day 11. Let's go ahead and open that. Wow, I like that. Okay, I like this. So a more present blue, and then we have some olive colors going on in there, some white. I love that. And then here I really like because you have some stripes and of some hues of green, and then various hues of lavender. I want to say mauve as well. And then you have stripes of white in here. It's very interesting. I like that. The color play between all of the hanks is going to be very interesting when I go to work with it. And let's look at day 12. Okay, I'm in love. I love this. All right, look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? That cerulean blue with the lavender, the stripes of white. I love this. This is so awesome. So far, one of my favorites. Love that. And would you look at this? All the hues of blue, light, well, not all the hues. I'm being dramatic. Lots of hues of light blue and lavender. That's awesome as well. So cool. Okay. So let me put you guys on a brief pause and gather all my things and show you all the hanks. 1 second. Okay guys, so here we are 12 days in, and I have 24 mini hanks so far, and it's a 31-day box. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so first impressions over all of this here. I will tell you that I retract my last statement where I had said one of the skeins was my favorite. I forgot about this one. So believe it or not, although it has pink in it, that's my standout piece right now. This one. This one here and this one here look like repeats, I believe. Which, listen, it's awesome. I love that for us. There are some in here that I feel are very close in color story, which is great. I love that. But there are some ones that are very different compared to the rest, like this one right here. So, I mean, all in all, I'm really, really impressed with the various colors that I've received. I'm really happy with it all. It's so awesome, and I can't wait to see what the remainder of the box shows us. So, but yeah, so far, this is what we have. And I've been trying to keep them in this bag, but I think it's going to actually fill up before the end of the month, which is fine. I'll just grab another one. But now I want to get into the gifts. So there are 3 here. And I think to minimize the crinkle sound, what I'll do is I'll grab my trusty scissors and just cut the plastic like that and do that. Okay, just trying to be as thoughtful as possible. I think that's the best way to do it. Just like that. They're not numbered, so there's no specific order I should be opening these in, which is great. Okay, so I guess I should open this one first. It's the biggest one of the 3. So let's take a look and see. Ooh, So we have a pencil, Happy Day, Santa eraser with a little booklet. How cool. Nice. Let's see what this is. Oh, well, isn't this nice? We could always use one of these. Nice. And it's in black, which is awesome. Love that. Okay, and let's see what this third one is. Ooh, look, scissors. And they're the bird scissors. How awesome is that? I don't have a pair of these. That's so awesome. Okay, so I will set the gifts over there. Move the paper out of the way. Okay, guys, so I'm going to flip us back into presentation mode and we will continue the video. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I am super stoked about this bag so far, as I said. I feel that the bag is already full and we're 12 days in, so 12, 24. So I will have 2.5 bags full of hanks when all is said and done. That's a great start to a project. So yes, I'm super excited, as I said. Okay, so now we're going to get into this second part. I'm super happy to share this with you guys. I'm excited, I'm nervous, only because you know how you have an expectation to be like surprised in a good way. I just want to make sure that that's the case. You know, I have high hopes for Premier Yarns because I speak so highly of the products of theirs that I have used thus far. I don't think I'll be disappointed, but you're getting the real deal here. Like, I've never worked with these before. I'm slightly embarrassed. I'm a yarn channel. I should have worked with these before, and well, listen, there's a first time for everything, right? So here goes nothing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open this box. Please don't open the box the way that I open this box. It's not safe. Maybe use an appropriate tool to open the box. Okay. There we have it. All right, so I'm going to sit this down here. Sorry if I'm shouting. I always feel like people can't hear me. Maybe it's my own hearing, I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. First impressions, I'm going to go ahead and open this box and tell you what I see. I see a whole bunch of yarn. Okay, all right. All right. So, you guys will be surprised to know that I've never worked with Premier Basics yarn before. So, I've never worked with Premier Basics yarn before. I've heard amazing things about it. I've touched the yarn before, but I've never worked with it. Like, you know, I could feel the yarn, I can tell you all the things, but I've never, I never sat down and put a hook to it. So, can't wait to talk to you guys about that. All right, so, in the box, we have Premier Basics worsted, and I can do a one for you, one for me, so I'm super excited about that. I was worried. And one thing that I really like is a lot of them came in bags. So I like that. All right. So we're going to do a one for you and a one for me. For those of you guys that have used Premier Basics, I apologize in advance. It's just that I'm super excited to share this moment with you guys because I haven't worked with it. So, all right. So this here is Premier Basics. The colorway is Aran. It is a medium 4 worsted weight yarn. It's 359 yards, 328 meters. It's 7 ounces, 200 grams. It's 100% acrylic. It's tested and approved for all the things. More specifically, against 350 harmful substances. And it's soft. Okay, so my first impressions, I will tell you it's nice and full. It's a full 4-weight yarn. It's very comparable to my loops and threads. I think that this is slightly softer than my loops and threads. First impressions, I'm very happy with this. When I squeeze it, I feel there's some oomph to the yarn. I really appreciate that. I can tell you right now, just from the feel, I can easily use a 6mm crochet hook with this and feel very, very happy with how the stitch definition is going to turn out. They do recommend a 5.5mm crochet hook, a US I9, which is perfect, I think. I think that's perfect. But because of how full this yarn is, I would go with a 6mm crochet hook. And then if I want drape, I would go 6.5. I mean, why not? Do all the things with it. So I have the 2 skeins of Aran. And then next I have 2 skeins of the colorway Gray. It's nice and full. I love how full this is, guys. This is super exciting for me. There's nothing more exciting than squeezing a ball of yarn and knowing there's oomph to the skein. I'm just saying. There are many times where I have been unfortunately disappointed with certain yarns where it's 4-weight, it has all the yardage and all the things, and they say, you know, the recommended hook size is a 5.5. So okay, I'm like, 5.5 is the recommendation. It's a medium 4-weight, so then it has to be full. Because there are some yarns out there that say the recommended hook size is a 5 or a 4.5. But for whatever reason, they're still classifying it as a 4. I know to expect a thinner strand of yarn within that skein. But I am very, very, very satisfied with how this feels. And I know this is going to work up amazing. I'm just saying. And no, I'm not getting paid to say this. This is literally my impression of the situation, okay? So next, my favorite color. Aubergine. Look, oh my goodness. This, guys, okay? Look at that color. I'm sorry, I have to take a moment to soak this in. Guys, isn't that the most amazing color you've ever seen in your whole entire life? This is my favorite color. This is it right here. I love purples, but this right here, this shade, this hue is it. I love that, and I'm sorry I'm doing that, but I'm just super excited to share that with you guys. Aubergine is my favorite color. I love this color. It's so deep, and it evokes emotion, like drama. I love it. Okay. I seriously should have ordered like 20 of these. Because, I mean, I've gone to Michael's and bought their version of what eggplant was, and then Red Heart Super Saver. I mean, you name it. I mean, there are many that come close. Some come in a little too dark, some come in a little too light, but this shade right here is it. It's that right there. Okay, I gotta put it back. I don't want to be spending all our time on one skein, but I'm super excited about that, and I will be going back to Premier to order more of that. Yes. Okay, so the next thing here is a new to me item. I've never worked with this before, and I'm super excited. Let me crack the bag open because I want to do a one for you and a one for me. Okay, so this is Premier Basics Marl, and this is in the colorway Monochrome. So it's that right there. And this is a medium 4-weight yarn. It's 245 yards, 224 meters. It's 5 ounces at 140 grams. It's 100% acrylic, and it has been tested and approved for all the things. More specifically, against 350 harmful substances and all that. So they are recommending a 5.5mm crochet hook. And they have it on the skein here. 2 skeins will make a scarf. That is awesome. Lion Brand does that too, where they have like the images of like a sweater, a scarf, and a hat, and it says like how many skeins you would need to work on a project and all. Anyway, I think that's really awesome. Although I like to push the limits. Like, can I make a scarf with 3 skeins? So anyway, I got 4 skeins of that. Super excited about that. And I'm also excited about this because I've never worked with this before. I mean, I've seen people work with it. And, okay, so let me put this. Okay, it's Premier Basics Chunky. So, again, it was part of that Black Friday sale. And I just could not beat the price. This was a deal and a steal, guys. This came in, I believe, at $2 a skein. And you just can't beat it. So anyway, one for you and one for me. So this here, my friends, is Premier Basics Chunky. And it comes to us in a bulky 5-weight yarn. It is 117 yards, 107 meters. It's 3.5 ounces at 100 grams. It's 100% acrylic, and it's tested and approved against 350 harmful substances. And they are recommending a 9mm crochet hook with this. And they're saying 3 skeins would make a scarf. Okay, so before I go any further, I want to share some information with you. So, I remember in the recent past, I was talking to you guys about, you see how fast I pulled this skein? I literally have yarn everywhere. It's amazing. My little system, it works for me. It's called Organized Chaos. I love it. Okay, so Big Twist Gentle, I reviewed this and I told you guys how there was no oomph and it was flat and it felt like a 4-weight yarn, and I even brought another 4-weight yarn and hung it in front of the camera, and I showed you how comparable this was to a full 4-weight yarn, and many of you guys agreed with me. Okay, so let's just rehash this. So this is what they were calling charcoal, and the recommended hook size was, I believe, okay, 6.5mm, so a USK, and they are saying that 2 of these would make a scarf. Okay, so, and the yardage, there's 131 yards in this, and there's only 117 in this. Okay, so what I will tell you is that this is a true 5-weight feel. When I squeeze it, there's oomph there. I feel like there's meat on those bones, okay? This is a 5 chunky, okay? And although it does have 117 yards, I fully believe that 3 skeins will make a scarf. I do believe that. This was a little misleading, this Big Twist, but after working with it, I did realize it's very soft. Now, I mean, comparatively so, the Big Twist the Big Twist Gentle, the 5-weight yarn, is softer. However, there's not much meat on the bones, okay? And as it turned out, I needed more than 2 skeins to do a scarf. It says 2, I needed 3. So there's that. This, it's not as soft, but it's more full and robust. And I feel like because of it not being that way, it's more versatile with other yarns. So that being said, I'm very satisfied with this. I'm very satisfied with the price, and I'm also satisfied with how much it is when it's not on sale. I believe it's $2.99, and I think this is a great deal for the money. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with that. I took a gamble and I got 5 skeins, and I'm very satisfied with this. Very happy. And if I wasn't, I would say, honestly. Okay, so next I got 5 skeins of the Premier Basics Chunky in the colorway Birch. Let me just show you the color here. Let me roll it. It flattens in shipping. It's okay. So it's like a nutty taupe color. It's very nice. So I got 5 skeins of those. Okay. And I'm already thinking projects in my head. Yes, I'm thinking all the things, guys. Okay, and let me just, okay, so I have, trying to do some organization here. Okay, so basic chunky I got in the colorway plum. I want to see this under the light. Okay. Plum. Now, one thing that I am noticing is that the feel is different for the different colors here. So this here, I'm getting a more robust and full feel, whereas with the plum, it's not as full and robust, but it's soft. And let me check the meat on the bones. It's still there. So yeah, this feels softer to me. So that's fun. I just mental note plum, it's soft. Birch, it's not as soft, but it's robust. It's the word of the day, robust. Okay, so I also got this color here. Let me lift it up and show you. This colorway here is, let me find it, Heritage Blue. It's coming up green, right? No? Green? Blue? I don't know, but I'm here for it. When I ordered this, I had these two colorways in mind. The plum and the Heritage Blue. I thought about pairing those together, and what do you know? The feel of this is identical to the feel of this, and the gray and the birch have similar feels. That's so cool. I don't know if that is like a normal thing where certain colorways have a tendency to feel more robust than others, but I am here for it. I love the variation in that, because I may have projects that I don't want to feel as chunky, you know, but I want that chunky look. Okay, so there's that. Let me see if I got, okay, so let me just trying to organize my situation here. And then, okay, so I have 5 skeins of this as well. So it looks like for the basics chunky, I got 5 skeins of those 4 different colorways. So we have birch, we have, what is this? I forgot the technical name of this. This is steel. So that is the steel. And you know what? I like the name for that. See, that's creative. It's not just gray, it's steel and birch and plum and Heritage Blue. Very creative. I like that. Good job, Premiere. Okay. So, next, I want to show you another yarn that I haven't worked with before. This is Premiere Wool Select. And I can tell without looking at the label that this is a DK weight light 3. Yep. It's a 3 weight yarn. And let me pull another one out, because we're going to do a one for you and a one for me. Okay, so I'm going to give you that to look at. The colorway is Night. It is like a deep, deep dark blue. It's so dark that it could pass for a black, but it's blue. So it is a light 3 weight yarn. It's 273 meters, 273 yards, 250 meters. It's 3.5 ounces at 100 grams. And the hook recommendation is a 4 millimeter USG. So I wound up getting 2 of these. And I believe my thought process behind this is that these are great yarns to run with another DK weight yarn to create like a marled effect. So if you get one dark and one light and roll them together, it's going to come out amazing. So I got another colorway here. The colorway is Charcoal, and this, my friends, is charcoal. In another video, I made a big stink about how this particular, they also call this charcoal. Big Twist calls this charcoal. This is charcoal in my very humble opinion, but I had viewers tell me, listen, Juan, charcoal goes through stages. You have a fresh charcoal, and then you have charcoal that's been used, and so this could be called charcoal because it's used charcoal. So that's interesting, right? But in either case, that's fine. I humbly agree with Premier's decision on this colorway. Not that I have a choice, but I enjoy this. This is officially charcoal. It looks it. It feels it. I love it. Okay. So for the wool selects, I have, let me just make sure. Yes, I just have 2 and 2. And I only purchased 2 of each because I wanted to test it out. Like some yarns that I've shown you so far, I'm like, I know what I can do with that. But with DK weight yarns, I'm still a little unsure of how far I can push my boundaries because I'm very comfortable in the medium 4 weight yarns and chunky 5s. And on occasion, a 6. But for 3 weight yarns, I'm still trying to push myself in that direction because there's some amazing projects out there that use 3 weight yarns that I'm just exposing myself to now. So stay tuned for that. And if I really enjoy this as much as I think I'm going to go ahead and buy more colorways. Guys, when I was on that website, I also took time to look at the other colorways that they had. And I will tell you, if you don't already know this, there are tons of color options for all of this. And their in-stock condition's pretty amazing. Okay? So, as I mentioned, 2 more of these. So this is skein number 4, skein number 5 of the plum. So I've already shown this. So there's that. Let me sit that over here. Hold on one second, guys. I need to wet the whistle. Okay, I can continue. All right. So the next set of yarns I got were, let me just open this. Okay. So Premier Anti-Peeling Bamboo Chunky. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I've never felt this before. So this colorway is called Poppy Seed. Interesting. Okay. So let me get a 1 for you and a 1 for me. Let me just show you the situation. Ooh. Okay. So this is Premier Anti-Peeling Bamboo Chunky, like new, wash after wash. It's 131 yards, 120 meters. It's 3.5 ounces at 100 grams. And it's 80% anti-pilling acrylic and 20% rayon from bamboo. It is a bulky 5, and the hook recommendation is 6.5 millimeters or a USK. And so it's machine wash cold, lay flat to dry, and it feels amazing. It feels so good. Wow. And it's not like fuzzy, which is nice. I love that. So I got 5 skeins, and on the blind chance that I was going to like this. So I got 5 skeins of the Poppy Seed. And last but not least, I got 5 skeins of the colorway Raven. I love the names they chose for this. Ooh, look at that. I'm really enjoying this one. The Bamboo Chunky, are you kidding me? Ugh. So this reminds me of the Charcoal Heather colorway from Bernat Super Value. That Charcoal Heather color, obviously it feels very different, but the colorway is very reminiscent to that. And my my Midnight Windows scarf was made in that, so it's very reminiscent to that. It feels amazing. I got 5 skeins of this to go with the Poppy Seed. I'm definitely making a wearable with this because I want this on my skin. That's nice. Guys, I highly recommend that you check them out. And do what I did. You know, don't go too crazy with, buying all the skeins. If you're not sure, like if you've never tried something, buy 1 or 2. I always say to never buy just 1 skein of something, because if you buy it and you like it, you're going to be slightly disappointed in the fact that you only bought one. So if you buy two, you have enough to start a project and get well into it enough to know how much you're going to need to continue on or to finish. So my recommendation is, if you're trying new yarns out, get at least two. And then if you have a good hunch about it, get five. So most of my skeins were fives, with exception to the Premier Basics, because I am slightly biased. You guys hear me on all of my yarn reviews and things. My loops and threads, I swear by it. I swear by this yarn. I mean, I'm sorry I'm looking away. I'm just looking at my loops and threads. I mean, I have listen, I swear by this yarn. However, I am pleasantly surprised to report that the Premier Basics is very comparable to my absolute favorite. And I can't even wait. I'm so excited to actually work with it, because Premier Basics is giving loops and threads a run for their money. And I'm sure there are tons of you who are watching me right now that have worked with Premier Basics and have worked with loops and threads, and you can agree with me. First impressions, they're very comparable. They feel identical, except Premier Basics has a slightly softer feel to it. So it's soft and full. And I really like my I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And it's hard to do with a yarn addict, because I've seen all the yarn. Well, except the bougie yarns. Those, they blow me away at how amazing they are. But these value yarns, come on. These are great. These are great yarns. So again, I highly recommend them. And no, I'm not being paid to say that. I just feel like when it's a deal and a steal, or if the quality is there and it's worth talking about, I'm definitely going to do that. And I'm also going to tell you to stay away from certain yarns, because not all yarns are created equal, which we will talk about in just 2 seconds, because I want to clear my table, put all this away, and then I want to get into that conversation with yarns that we thought were good, we had high hopes for, but it turned out to be complete duds. So give me 1 second, I'm going to clear the table, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, friends, so I am back. I have a few examples of what it is that I would like to talk about today. So these are yarns that I had high hopes for, and after working with them, I'm disappointed, okay? So just 3 examples, and I want to start with Big Twist Gentle. So you've heard me talk about this before, but I just want to get back into it to just let you guys know that I just grabbed this one. So the Big Twist Gentle, and this time it's not about the colorway, it's literally the overall quality. So when I feel this, it lives up to its name. Is it gentle? Yes. But as I said before, this is classified as a bulky 5-weight yarn, but after working with it, it's a full 4-weight yarn. It's very comparable to loops and threads, with the exception to this being a lot softer, and it's anti-pilling. So that being said, the disappointment doesn't necessarily come into that. The disappointment is, see, after you work it, it's very splitty. It falls apart. This was not premeditated by me. Literally, after I finished my project and I cut it, it started falling apart like this. And I mean, I expect some, but this isn't the first skein of this particular colorway that I've worked with. Every skein that I work with does this. It's very splitty. And also too, I found myself having to work with my plastic hooks, because using like my Hero hooks or my Clover hooks, it would split the yarn as I would work it. So I was disappointed in this. So will I work with this again? Yes, I will. I just know that I have to use my Prim hooks, the plastic ones, the resin ones, in order to achieve the result that I want, which is, please don't split. Unfortunately, This isn't my go-to bulky 5 yarn, so it had high potential, but I was very disappointed in the fact that the quality of the yarn just isn't there. There's no oomph, there's no meat on the bones. When you squeeze this, it goes flat. So it feels nice, but that's about it. So there's one. Number 2 comes to no surprise from Lion Brand. It is their limited edition series, 100% acrylic yarn. I mentioned this in a previous video. It does not feel like acrylic. It feels like cotton, which to some is great, but to others, it's a detriment. It's just not good because a lot of people choose acrylic over cotton because of how it feels. Cotton is traditionally known to feel a little bit on the rougher side unless you're getting specific kinds of cotton like Pima cotton or bamboo cotton, which traditionally they feel a lot smoother and softer, but this is 100% acrylic and it feels like peaches and cream, like that abrasive cotton. In addition to that, this too is very splitty when you work with it. Unfortunately, I had high hopes for this. I did a project, I did a tutorial with this. The worked up project looks amazing. Don't get me wrong. You achieve a result with this product. However, the actual product itself just isn't what I thought it was going to be. I've heard reviews of people and this yarn, but I said to myself, let me buy a skein or two and see what becomes of it. Fortunately for me, this came to me through a mystery box, so I wound up with a 3-pack. And so I used 2 skeins to do that scarf that I showcased in my tutorial. This was the 3rd skein, and I have no interest to work with this any further, unfortunately. I mean, I don't like to waste yarn, so I'm either going to give this away or I may find some other purpose for it, but this no longer interests me. And it's unfortunate because, again, I had high hopes. You know, it falls apart. I don't know if you can see that. It's already coming apart. I mean, it's just not worth the time of day, unfortunately. It is a 4-weight yarn. It feels like a 4-weight yarn, but that's about it, guys. I wish I could say more about it. So that's 2. All right, number 3 comes to us from Ice Yarns. So Ice Yarns has lots of yarns. It has all the things. I love Ice Yarns. Once I've actually figured out how to surf their website and how to order properly, I've figured out the recipe and I love Ice Yarns. That being said, their Savor series. Okay, so for those of us who shop Ice Yarns, we know with their Savor yarns, they have different tiers of Savor yarns, okay? With the traditional Savor yarn being like the highest quality. It's this Draylon acrylic, and allegedly, you know, it's great, which in my personal opinion, this Draylon acrylic is just like every other acrylic out there. I believe after looking into it, this Draylon version of the acrylic is literally just to keep the color intact. So for those of us who aren't aware, repetitive exposure to the sun actually will change the color of your project. This Draylon apparently repels that. So that's what I heard. That's what I've read. This here is Savor in cream, and it feels like Red Heart Super Saver. Let me pull a strand. Yep. It's giving me the feel of a Red Heart Super Saver. And that's about it. I didn't expect much more than that out of this. I just wanted at least some meat on the bones, okay? So the disappointment doesn't necessarily come in with Savor. It comes in with the other tiers. So I have those tiers in front of me. Because as I was shopping, I said to myself, well, I can't properly talk about Savor yarns unless I have them in front of me and I feel them and I do all the things with it, okay? So I just have 2 examples because literally this can be an hour-long conversation about Savor yarns because they have like 5 or 6 different tiers of Saver yarns. So it starts out with Saver, and then Saver 100, 125, 135, 165, 175, and it just goes on. Anyway, this here, my friends, is one of their Saver yarns. And this one here is Saver 175. And it's soft. It feels nothing like this Saver. It's a very different Saver. And it's soft. That's about it. Very flat. It's giving me big twist, chunky flatness vibes. It's very, very flat. And the disappointment is that this yarn splits. So in my experience, it splits. Now, that may not be the case for everyone else, but it splits. So yes. And then I have this other Saver yarn. It's wound slightly different. This is one of their mega balls. And it feels nice, but it's very different. So my thought is, and again, this is where it didn't meet the hype. So when you're talking Saver yarns, okay, you want to imagine a storyline, okay? So like Saver 100, Saver 120. So where's the connective thread? In my opinion, the connective thread is literally just a name. You have a bunch of different kinds of yarns with the same name and a different number attached to the end of it. So it's very confusing. Unless you've purchased all of those different tiers of yarns, you can't really experience what that feels like. Now, for my splitty yarn, I found that if I work with my prim hooks, the splitting is minimal. If I work with a metal hook, no, it's no good. It just splits. However, with these two, I find that when I work with my metal hooks, it works better. So there's something to consider as well. I feel a good quality value yarn should be able to be worked up, whether plastic or metal. You know, if it's a good value yarn, it's a good bang for your buck. You can get from point A to point B without any issues. So these are my 3 examples of duds in terms of, you know, high expectations and just being disappointed. So, you know, I will continue to buy Saver, but outside of that, I don't really think I have an interest in any of their other yarns because you really just don't know what you're going to get. And it's unfortunate because they have some great colorways on that website. So yeah, those are my 3 examples. So I have one final thing that I want to show you. I'm super excited to show you this. If you made it this far in the video, I definitely want to show you this. You deserve to see this. So right here. So I went to my local establishment here to get where I get photos, and I had return address labels made. And look at this. How awesome is that? This is my P.O. box, by the way, so I'm not exposing myself with a new address. This address is posted in the description box. But I found a return address label where I can put my picture on there. Super excited. It's the simple things, guys. It's the simple things. So I went kind of happy, and I bought a whole bunch of pages. Used a lot of them for the Christmas cards, went back and bought more. So it just feels really like officially official. Like this channel is Juan the Yarn Addict, and I'm just establishing myself, and I'm super happy that you guys are all here for the ride. I have some amazing subscribers, right? So one of my first 5 subscribers reached out to me and was like, can you believe it? I was your 5th subscriber, and look at where you're at now. I'm telling you, the feeling is rewarding. It makes all of this worth it. So I say all that to say, if you're subscribed to my channel, seriously, thank you so much for being here with me. It means the world to me that you guys are here for the journey. I learn along the way, and I show you what I learn, and I show you what I know. We talk about all the things and have a good time. So that's amazing, right? So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like. Leave me some comments. I like to interact with all of you guys. That's the best part of all this. I mean, yes, doing the video is awesome too, but literally interacting with you guys is awesome. I love doing that. If you've seen my other videos, I'm very active in the comments because I like to reach out and communicate with you guys. So again, if you like this video, please give me a thumbie. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and check the subscription there, because as of late I'm learning that people are being unsubscribed for some reason. I'm not sure. So just double check that, and then hit the notification bell to stay updated with me and my channel, because I go live on Sundays, and I've been hearing great things about how my lives are turning out, and I feel like we're having a blast on Sundays. So if you want to be a part of the fun, feel free to stop on by. It's on Sundays. I do post the exact time on Saturdays. And so there's that. And finally, I have a Facebook group. It's called Juan the Yarn Addict and Friends. And so I welcome all of you guys to my Facebook group, where I would like to see your makes. It doesn't have to be mine. It could be my friends, Crystal over Bag of Day. It could be Gary over at Urban Yarns. It doesn't matter. Show me what you're working on. Show me what's on your hook. I like to see all the things. I just kindly ask that if you're working on someone else's pattern, just make sure that you say that it's their pattern, and we'll go from there. But yes, check us out. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people have already joined the club there, and I love seeing the work. So whatever it is that you're working on, show it off. I mean, what have you got to lose? So guys, that's all I have for this episode. I'm going to wrap this up. That's it. So until the next one, guys, have a great one. And yeah, I can't wait. Just watch some of the other videos. Tell a friend about me. And I want to talk to all the people. So bring them along for the ride. All right. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.